And my rabbi, not a man I know, because I'm an atheist, right? But my rabbi, my local rabbi where I live, calls me up. I don't know how he got my number, presumably because we secretly control the world. But that's not true, you see. That's a joke based on a stereotype. But anyway, he calls me up and he says, will you be the Jew, the celebrity Jew who comes and lights the menorah outside our synagogue this year at Hanukkah? And I didn't really want to do that. It sounded quite naff to me, so I played what I thought was my trump card. I said, sorry, Rabbi, to tell you this, but I'm an atheist. He said, so am I. I thought, fucking hell. There's really more atheist Jews out there than I realised, right? But it's important, right? Because I think when people talk about what a Jew is, they connect to an idea, people who are not Jews, and maybe some Jews, but not that many, they connect to an idea of the religion. But I think most Jews, that isn't true. I think it's about culture, it's about tradition, it's about family, it's about comedy and food. But I'll tell you what it's primarily about, and a lot of people think, oh, we shouldn't say that, it's negative, but it's true. It's about anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism is probably the primary thing that makes me Jewish. How could it not? My whole family was murdered on my mother's side. My whole family was murdered, right? Apart from her and her parents. That's a huge family picture of them, of their family in the 20s. Dead, all of them. I don't know who most of them are. So how could it not? How can you, when people say, oh, you shouldn't be so negative in your idea, I'm not negative. I'm not negative in the same way that, if a black person is singing the blues, right, that comes out of oppression. It's still part of their identity. Similarly, if a Jew does comedy about the Holocaust or whatever, that is because that's a community who are dealing with the way that they've been persecuted. And I think, therefore, we should acknowledge it. It's part of the dance of being the minority that we are.